Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official pre-show virtual red carpet, the party before it all happens. My name is Joel Ivany, and I would like to welcome you to Against the Grain Theater. If you're new, this is what we do. If you're not, thanks for coming back. I want to start off the bat by saying Against the Grain Theater, and where I am right now, is on Treaty 13 territory. And this is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. And it is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We're grateful to be able to share this land. We are guests, and we have been treated very well, and we hope to return that favor to our hosts. And examples like tonight are projects like that. Tonight, we're going to whip through to give you a taste of sort of who you're going to see in tonight's program. We have a premiere of our movie, Messiah Complex, which goes live in 57 minutes. If you want to see this film, all you have to do is register at our website, atgtheater.com, to view the watch party with us tonight. The premiere begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And once you sign up, you'll get an email with the link. You click the link, and in 57 minutes, you'll be joining hopefully many other people across Canada and who knows elsewhere in viewing this brand new interpretation of Handel's Messiah that we have prepared for you. Some of the guests that we have are, again, part of tonight's movie that you will see. And the first one is a good friend and co-director of this film, Renelta Arluck. Hi, Renelta.
Hi, Joel.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. What a day it's been, but we're getting closer. Where are you streaming in from tonight?
Treaty 7 territory in Banff National Park. So Homeland Stoney Nakoda, Sutton of the Dene, and Blackfoot, as well as Métis Region 3 and other nations that have traveled these lands, Cree, Tanaha, and Métis, or Inuit as well.
Amazing. Oh, look at this. We already have some. Elise is watching from Whitehorse. You are from where originally? Or not?
I'm born and raised in the Northwest Territories. So my mother's Dene Suslene from Treaty 8 and Wood Buffalo National Park region. And my father's Unuviado Ijikwijian from the Inuvik region. Amazing.
Good. We made a film together. I can't believe it. During the pandemic, during the worst time for artists in my lifetime. And I guess in a film setting, what do you like about film as opposed to theater? And we both do a lot of theater as well, but are there any good things through this experience that you liked about it?
The opportunity to go on the land. So I was able to do on the land filming with Jonathan and with Julie, and I really valued it. Those were long days, but beautifully inspiring, creative days. So I think that's the difference between film and theater. Theater, we create and build the world within a room, whereas film, you're out capturing those moments actually on the land.
That is a very good point as well. Yeah. You know, you're going to see this tonight, and what's it going to be like seeing the span of this country through this piece of music? And did you ever think you'd see something like this come to fruition?
Not during a pandemic, and I can't say that I predicted that this would be our first collaboration together. So I'm already inspired. I've already been so inspired by the work that I've seen, and being able to work with the artist, even remotely, have just fully inspired me. So I know there's a lot of excitement, and I just can't wait. I cannot wait to see it all come together. It's going to be incredible.
It will be. Heather Daly's watching from Ottawa.
Hi,
welcome,
Heather.
Heather. Thanks for coming to watch. Well, Renelta, again, hopefully it won't take another pandemic before we can do another project together, but your work was incredible, and this is a beautiful film. And so thank you for overseeing this entire project from your perspective, and your wisdom and knowledge meant so much. And at least publicly, I get to say thank you. So thank you.
Masicho Kuyanik, Joel. You too. This has been incredible.
Well, thank you. Happy holidays if I don't get to say it before, but enjoy tonight's premiere. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how it all goes.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. If you're tuning in again, in 53 minutes, we're going to premiere Messiah Complex, a film that we made just for you. Oh, hi, Marie-Hélène. Tune in from Montreal. Wonderful. Thank you for bonjour à tous nos amis à Montréal et à Québec aussi. It's wonderful. Thank you for watching. The music is such an important part of this project, and it took a lot of negotiating, a lot of texts, a lot of emails between myself and with Loie Fallis and the TSO, but we worked it out, and we couldn't have found a more wonderful conductor to work with to guide us through this very unique process of recording music. And so I want to welcome my good friend Johannes de Boos, who's here for the show as well. Johannes, hello.
Hi, Joel. How are you? It's looking good with the red carpet behind you.
All right, exactly. Why not, eh? How are you doing? Where are you streaming in from tonight?
I'm in Toronto.
Oh, good.
Yeah, at home in Toronto.
Well, I want to say, oh my goodness, David watching from Paris. Thank you, David. People from hopefully all over will be checking out what this is going on. Truro, wonderful, Carla. Thank you. Johannes, what was it like working with the TSO after this long absence for them, from not making music for many, many months, and to record a piece with no soloists, with everyone masked and with plexiglass barriers for the first time? How was, thinking back to, I guess that was a few months ago now, how was that experience?
It was a totally exciting experience, absolutely. To somehow deal with sound in a physical way again, and to be together in one and the same room with at least the musicians was absolutely thrilling. Fortunately, the Toronto Symphony and we had sort of a little bit of a prehistory with this piece, with Messiah, as I had the pleasure to conduct the traditional, let's call it the traditional version of that piece 2 years ago. But to sort of turn the light switch on again after this long time of forced silence was just wonderful.
Oh, and it was a bizarre, but like you said, a beautiful time where hearing live music for me for the first time in however many months it was, for the first time in many months, was exhilarating and so refreshing for the soul. But that just kind of shows you the way, due to COVID protocols, we recorded tracks. I think this is not kind of hiding the mystery behind the, we recorded the orchestra and then sent out the orchestra tracks to singers and recorded each singer individually where they were. So it was quite complex, which is a word that kind of keeps coming up. For you, you've now been in Canada for well over 10 years. What does seeing a piece of music, a project done this way, what does this mean to you, sort of as a, you're an adopted Canadian, you are Canadian. So how is that kind of uniquely interpreted?
When you approached me and presented this idea to me, I thought this is absolutely striking. It's so brilliant on so many levels, and mainly to find a way to represent all parts of this country through a piece of music that has been written a long time ago, but still, I think, has its validities. But using it as sort of as a backdrop, or as a material that we have to reinterpret and reread and fill again with spirit and our ideas and our emotions and so on. And that you came up with the idea to make it a project that unites basically this vast country, especially in a moment where everyone is struggling, where everyone is sort of in this storm, and yes, we all are in a maybe slightly different way in this storm, but we are all in this storm. I thought this was so meaningful and so powerful. I'm for me, it's actually one of the most special gifts I have received in my life, I have to tell you. So thank you very, very much for this. And I hope that it will be a gift for many people out there.
Oh, thank you, Johannes. That means a lot. And I'm so grateful that you were available to do it, that you worked with, you're traveling with back and forth between Germany, but I'm so thankful and grateful. It's been a very difficult year, but like you said, this has brought a lot of hope. And so I'm thankful for what this can do and to bring a little bit of light. So thank you for shining that light. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it tonight, and look forward to many more projects.
Me too. Thank you, Joel.
Wonderful. Thank you, Johannes. If you're just tuning in, again, tonight in 48 minutes, we're premiering Messiah Complex, a new video that was shot coast to coast during the pandemic by Against the Grain Theatre in partnership with Toronto Symphony Orchestra. We worked with Johannes de Boos recording at Kerner Hall, the most stunning venue in Toronto. It's a beautiful space to make music, and that was had. We had soloists from coast to coast and a wonderful tenor who I've worked with a couple times in various capacities in Vancouver. His name is Spencer Britton. He's currently in Berlin, and he had to, well, he's working with the Staatsoper Berlin, so that's very understandable, but we were able to get him during this lockdown time with quarantine and everything out in Vancouver, British Columbia, and he made a video for you all to see tonight. So here is Spencer's video.
Hi, my name is Spencer Britton. I'm currently in Berlin, and I am so grateful to be a part of the Messiah Complex with Against the Grain Theatre. Being a part of a project that really highlights the incredibly diverse and talented voices that Canada has to offer is so special to me. Working with Joel to develop our portion of the Messiah Complex was really special, getting to go back to Vancouver and really dive into my roots and express who Spencer really is. It's so valuable at a time like this. I am so incredibly thankful to Joel and the entire team that helped make Messiah Complex possible. Thank you.
Spencer, thank you. And I'm so glad you participated in this project. We're getting incredible feedback from not just Toronto, not just Ontario, but literally every province. We have people tuning in from Halifax. Good evening to you. Thank you for supporting this project. TR Ricky watching from Calgary. This is just very cool for our company here in Toronto, watching from Mayo, Yukon. Amazing, Anne. Thank you for tuning in. This is really special for us and hopefully for you as well. Thunder Bay, Ontario, looking forward to the performance. We are too, Susan. Thank you for tuning in. In Haines Junction, Yukon. I've been to Haines Junction. Diane, I don't think we met, but hopefully one day when we're beyond this pandemic, we can perhaps have a coffee and say hello and talk about what you liked and didn't like about Messiah Complex. That would be nice. I got to meet and know a wonderful young baritone during this pandemic, and their name is Jonathan Adams. Jonathan, welcome. How are you doing?
Tansei, Joel, hello. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's wonderful to finally arrive here. There's been so much different kind of angst and anxiousness and nervousness and excitement. So we're finally here, and it's great to be able to talk to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been quite a long process, but here we are.
Here we are. Where are you streaming in from tonight?
I'm streaming in from Tiohtià:ke, Montreal, Montreal. So yeah, I'm coming to you from Montreal and very happy to see all of these faces from around the world. Wow.
Your aria that you, or air that you get to sing in this film is one of the most unique, special, beautiful ones. There's so many fabulous ones, but what does this video that you made interpreting Handel's Messiah, what does it mean to you?
Well, just first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you to my dear friend and mentor, Renelta Arluk, and for directing it, to Tom Gunya, the videographer, Nathan Lloyds, and everyone involved. But the ability or the chance to sing this music that I specialized in, I trained in early music in Europe, and then to get to shift that narrative towards my Indigenous identity and my queer identity in this short film was so special. So yeah, it's been a treat.
I'm glad we were able to support that, and I'm glad that you are happy with the product. I hope you will be happy with the product once you see it all together.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm very excited.
Very different from how we have done things in the past, but an exciting new medium, I think, for all of us who've been involved in this project as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
What was it like changing the context of the refiner's fire to tell a new story? How was that sort of process?
Well, in Alberta, it immediately struck me that we needed to talk about what it means to work in the refineries, in this resource extraction industry, and to subtly, I hope, comment on what it means to be Indigenous and queer and two-spirit, in such a space. So, it was just amazing to be able to look at something that I've sung for many, many years over and over at Christmas time, and get to, rework it a little bit with Renelta's guidance. I think it's really a very unique telling of this aria.
I agree 100%. And Jonathan, you are a leader in your community, and I hope that many people who get to watch this will feel inspired to create new art and really connect with music in a different and new way. So thank you for leading the way.
Hinanas Komitin, thank you so much, Joel.
Enjoy tonight.
You too. Thank you.
We are 42 minutes away from premiering our film Messiah Complex with you. There is still time to register and sign up. All you have to do is go to atgtheater.com. Registration is free. This is our gift to you. The premiere begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We would love for you to join us, but don't worry if you can't tonight. You can watch on demand up until January 7th. So if you can't tune in tonight, or if for whatever reason your internet fails this evening, don't worry, your ticket will last for the next 3 weeks. So please join us or pass this along to someone who may not have signed up just yet. I believe our next guest with us is all the way from Yukon Territory. Is Diet there? Oh, she is not, but that's okay. She's having some technical issues, as we all do. My goodness, this is just how it is in this age. But hey, we're flexible. We pivot. We can move on. We have Julie Lumsden, I believe, with us. I feel like I'm in a TV, like up to date. This is incredible. Julie, how are you?
Hi, Joel. I'm here with you. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Where are you zooming in from tonight?
So I'm zooming in from Treaty 6 territory. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, but I will be representing, and my home base is Treaty 1 in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Amazing. Thank you again for participating in this project. We met very recently, but again, your generosity of heart and spirit have meant a whole lot to this project. So thank you right off the bat. I know I'm bad with these virtual cards on opening night and all that stuff. So just thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's been the highlight of my year to be a part of this project. I'm very honored and humbled to be a part of this beautiful community that, I've never met any of these artists before, and we've all shared in this journey. So I'm so excited to see the plethora of musicians and choirs and filmmakers and recording studios. And it's really cool to think of what a big family there is of artists who've come together to work on this. So thank you for letting me be part of the family.
No problem. I think that's equally been for me to be able to find new voices and to lift them up and to show them to people who may not know who they are as well, is kind of a wonderful, wonderful moment of this film as well. You, without giving too much away, you sing you're part of the only duet in the entire Messiah, and you sing on some of the most epic landscapes in all of Canada. What was it like focusing on the music and the text and standing both at Lake Louise and then on the top of Mount Sulphur in Banff, Alberta?
Yeah, it was a really grounding, humbling experience. I think there's a lot of of similarities between nature and mountains and this art that survives and perseveres year after year. It's a comfort for a lot of families. It's something that becomes a tradition for a lot of families of going to the symphony or listening to it in their homes. So to be able to go to a touchstone like the mountains and to be able to kind of put those two things that have survived so much and persevered so much, and to be able to, like Jonathan said, put it into a new context, bring it into a different opportunity that we wouldn't have had if the Messiah was happening, you know, in our concert halls this year. This is an opportunity that I don't think really would have been, this is an avenue that we wouldn't have gone down if the pandemic hadn't gifted it to us. So I was so honored to be able to kind of bring those two histories together in the visual for this piece.
Yeah, and you said it exactly. And that's, you know, I almost feel bad saying that, but this pandemic has brought some good things. And this film, this community that we've reached, but then also the reach of this film will have with many people is kind of one of those lights that that we've had in a very kind of dark period. And yeah, there's a lot of messiahs that do happen normally that aren't. And so we're well aware of that. And even if it doesn't look and sound exactly how you're used to, hopefully everyone will be able to listen and view it with open eyes and ears and hearts as well.
Exactly. And you get to go on a trip around our beautiful nation from your living room in your pajamas. How great is that? It's
the best. When we see your video as well, you're wearing a sash around your waist. Can you explain what that sash is and what it means to you?
Yeah, so the sash is the Métis sash, or the ceinture flèchée, and that is something that voyageurs and the Métis community have used for centuries and centuries. It used to be up to 12 meters long, and it was used not only as a practical piece of clothing, but it also was used to help, you know, carry different things that they would need. And it really was kind of an all-purpose tool for living in the prairies, and it has become a symbol for the Métis community. The colors have very important significance to the Métis culture and the perseverance and the fight to be able to wear something that you know, signifies our culture proudly. So I was very honored to be able to wear it in this piece.
Well, thank you for doing that, and thank you for representing, and very grateful again that you're doing this. I hope you enjoy tonight. And again, if people can't watch it tonight, which is okay, they have up till January 7th. So enjoy tonight and look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you so much, Joel. Thanks for having me.
We're talking to soloists, creators who were involved in Messiah Complex, which was a movie that was made during the pandemic. Debbie Delancey, watching from Yellowknife. Debbie was a part of bringing this idea to her, and eyes kind of lit up. I wanted to work with her since meeting her several years ago. And so that's what's kind of amazing about this project is though we weren't all able to travel to various parts of Canada, we were able to work with various teams. I believe it's 10 different video teams, coast to coast, north to south, to be able to tell stories of these artists. And that's what's kind of very fascinating about this movie. Hopefully you find the same, as you get to not only hear this music created in a very unusual way, but also see incredible artists who have been going through a very difficult time during this pandemic, and we need to support them. So in 35 minutes, we'll be previewing we'll be premiering our movie with you, Messiah Complex. It's Handel's music, but interpreted in 6 different languages. There are 12 soloists. There are 4 choirs. This took a lot of work, but we're finally here, and everyone at ATG is incredibly excited to share it with you. Again, it premieres at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 in Newfoundland, 9 p.m. at the Atlantic, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, because that's what we want. We want people cross country to register and kind of watch. It's free. Send it to your friends, send it to your family, send it to someone who may not be able to experience music this season. And this is our gift to you. This is where we say thank you. We're talking to the soloists who are involved in this project. And the next guest that we have is Andrea Lett, a soprano.
Hi, Joel.
Hi, Andrea. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not bad. Where were you? I know we flash it on the bottom there. Where are you originally from? And then where are you kind of streaming in from tonight?
So I'm originally from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, and so that is the province that I'll be representing. But currently I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba, so that's Treaty 1. So yeah, we did the filming in Winnipeg, but it's very reflective of the landscape of Saskatchewan. So that was kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. And I remember early discussions kind of, saying, can we drive across? But then with COVID kind of doing its ups and downs, that made it very difficult to be able to kind of plan anything. And so we're grateful that it was able to work out the way it did. But I guess as it relates to this pandemic and these moments of isolation, which have been so difficult for so many people, what does it feel like for you to be virtually connected to many on a project that spans literally the entire country?
Honestly, it was something that actually ended up being quite tangible, which I was a little bit surprised at initially, to feel that there are so many beautiful artists in the same situation, and we're all connected because of what we do, and because of our ties to our home, like our country, and to be part of something that brought everybody together in such a unique way was something that was incredibly special. And I think that through all the talks, we did a lot of talks about sort of where we wanted the project to go, and a lot of Zoom meetings. And after every single Zoom meeting, I remembered feeling like, holy smokes, like we are all really together. Like it felt very, very much like everyone was kind of coming together and lifting everybody else up, which I thought was just so special and so rewarding.
Was film a different experience from traditional opera?
Yes, very much so. It was very fun. It was very fun to be outside. And sort of there's this new character, which is of course the landscape, and sort of the unpredictability of it all as well. You can't control the wind. You can't control if it's raining or if it's snowing, or sort of. So there's this very live and visceral extra character that kind of joins the scene wherever you're shooting. So.
Well, Andrea, again, thank you for joining our virtual red carpet. Thank you again for participating in this project. And even though we weren't able to physically be in the same room kind of making art, your art transcends the physicality and enters into the virtual. And that's the age that we're in. But thank you for doing that. And I hope you enjoy tonight.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right. We'll see you soon. We're talking with soloists from coast to coast who participated in the Messiah Complex. It premieres in just 30 minutes. We won't eat up too much of your time, but we just wanted to give you an introduction to some of the artists that are there. You need to register to tune in to tonight, so make sure that you visit atgtheater.com. There you can click on a link that registers for your free ticket to watch tonight. And we hope to see you tune in tonight. You will get a link in your email to watch tonight. So again, and don't worry, again, that link lasts until January 7th. We hope that you are watching tonight, and we hope that the process is not too confusing. We're a small organization that is doing this for the very first time. So please, patience, and thank you for understanding in advance. We are talking to various artists, and I believe Rehab Shayab is there with us. Hi, Rehab.
How are you, Joel?
I'm good. Comment ça va?
Ça va très bien, et toi?
Très bien, merci. It's wonderful that you were able to participate in this project, and even in this pandemic, we've been able to work more together than we have in the last few years, which is odd, but again, one of the lights during this pandemic.
Yeah.
What did it feel like singing such a familiar work, but in your original language and in a brand new context as well?
Well, I mean, it's a familiar work, yes, because I've heard it, but I've actually never sang it. It was one of the first time I actually got to sing it. And for me to sing it in one of my two mother tongues was very, very special, because I translated a bit of the text with the help of a host, and so it was just it's an experience that you don't get to have in everyday life, right? When there's a company that gives you kind of that freedom of, we have a structure, but basically you have so much creativity, you have so much kind of carte blanche, as we can say. So it's really special, because you got to trust me. Actually, you trusted me into what I had to offer, which is, it's not every day that you get to have that trust from a director and a company like that.
Well, when you're working with great artists, you are even more creative than most of us. So thank you for bringing that sort of creative thinking to this and being willing to kind of go there as well. So thank you.
Thanks a lot.
You kind of eat up the camera in a really good way. You look good on film, and it's kind of, do you want to make more films after this experience?
It's funny, because I was so kind of not against the whole streaming thing at first, but I was just so a bit reticent about the idea of doing classical music, which is I'm so in love with the fact that it's live, and to put it such a beautiful and intimate art form on camera. But then after this Messiah Complex project, you got me introduced to our wonderful videographer, Hui. And then it was wow, this how impactful it can be to actually do that, right? You have to do it with taste, and it has to be very well done. But the final product can be so stunning and just as powerful as a live product. So I'm actually really curious now about this new art form that that you've given us, but COVID kind of just forced us to investigate. So I'm very curious, and I'm definitely looking for a new project of the sort. And we're in talks actually with Hui.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, this is exciting.
Well, I think you should add it to your repertoire, because I think, like you said, we need that live experience more than ever. But let's add some extra tools, because this is a fun way to also reach people in new ways, in new places.
And it's also an opportunity for singers to actually really dig really deeper into our own sense of emotion and our own kind of toolbox as an artist, right? Because as an opera singer, we're so used to emote and project, and because it's for big halls, but this is so intimate, right? You can really truly be who you are, and just with a blink of an eye, or just a thought or a memory, you can really kind of touch people with that.
I agree 100%, and we will all get to enjoy that. Well, thank you, Janine, for showing the appreciation. Yeah, we're trying to do our best during this really difficult time, and we need to be supporting our artists like Rehab. So Rehab, enjoy tonight, and thank you again for doing this.
Thanks, Joel. Have fun.
All right, you too. We are talking to artists who have participated in this Messiah Complex coast to coast. We made a film during COVID, which was really hard to do, but we followed all the guidelines. We are streaming the premiere tonight. I hope you will check it out. It begins at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can still go to atgtheater.com to register. You will click for your free ticket. An email will be sent to you. You click that button and it'll take you to the stream, which begins in 25 minutes. We're going to watch tonight, but then it will be available until January 7th. So again, if you can't get it, or if you like it and you want to share it with your friends, could be a great holiday gift. It doesn't cost that much for you to send. We have Catherine Daniel, who is here with us.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Joel?
Oh, I was very stressed for most of the day, but now I'm just kind of enjoying it. It's good talking to...
Right? It's go time, and it's show time, right?
Exactly. We'll see how it all happens, and hopefully all the buttons and the streams and the internet work. But hey, that's beyond my hands now. So
exactly.
Where are you streaming in from tonight?
So I'm streaming in from Toronto, but I am from Edmonton originally, so that's why I'm repping Alberta.
Yes. And you're repping Alberta in I guess in an unusual way. And that's kind of what's beautiful about this project is it's kind of throwing things in. And Messiah is a piece that is sometimes, you know, the arias are switched around but this one is typically traditionally sung by a lower voiced male.
Yes, it's the bass aria. And the subject of your email when you proposed this project to me was random. And that indeed it was, right? Random. But the Messiah for me is rock and roll. So I've been singing, of course, the mezzo arias for over 10 years. But to get to sing this in this context, I mean, it's an opportunity just to rock out on incredible music. So why not?
And I think after seeing your video, I hope some conductors are going to be willing to maybe say, I
Like,
think I'll
let's have the mezzo version of this. It might become a thing, right?
It might become a thing, and why not? And that's kind of the questions that we ask at Against the Grain Theater sometimes. Why not when it's done beautifully and so artistically and rock and rolly like you? So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, Joel. Thank you.
What does this time of the year mean to you? And I'm sure in this pandemic it's extra different, but what does this time of, when we get into the holidays, late December, what does that mean for you?
Well, this is Advent season, and so this is a very special time for Christians as we do our countdown to celebrate the birth of Christ. And like I hinted at before, I've done this work, the traditional form of this work, several times before, been very blessed. And the text is something that's super close to my heart. And I have a faith community for whom this is incredibly important. So this time of year is great. And I'm super thankful to be able to be a part of a Messiah, albeit a new incarnation of the Messiah at this time of year.
Well, your imagery, your artistry, who you are as a person aligns so incredibly well with Against the Grain Theater. And I'm so grateful and deeply honored that you said yes to that random email and that we were able to make some magic. And bass baritones, look out, because your arias are in trouble now.
Well, I deeply appreciate the opportunity, and thank you so much for reimagining a classic in this new way. And, you know, Against the Grain, thank you for being on the forefront of something that I think is going to become a staple in terms of a performing medium. And, you know, necessity is the mother of all invention. And here we are just being challenged to be more creative. And it's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, enjoy tonight. Thank you for doing this tonight. And I hope you enjoy the film.
Oh, I will.
Wonderful. Thank you. We are 21 minutes away. We're soon going to wrap this up, but we have a couple more guests that we would love to share with you. One of them was unable to be here, but he made a wonderful film to share with you. His name is Elliot Medor, and here is his video contribution.
Hi, my name is Elliot Medor, and I can't tell you what an honor it's been to be a part of the Messiah Complex in association with ATG Theatre and the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. I had the opportunity to perform The Trumpet Shall Sound, and we were able to connect it to my three loves in life, which is hockey, opera, and community. So it's really been a dream come true, and I hope you enjoy it and have a blast listening to the Messiah Complex tonight. Wishing you happy holidays and a very happy new year. All the best.
Thank you, Elliot. That means a whole lot as well. Again, we're 20 minutes away from premiering our film. You guys still have time to run to the restroom. You can grab your wine, your juice, your water, whatever you need. It premieres at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thankfully, there's no lineups in the restroom. There's no lineups to get your drink or your food. This is kind of the benefits of the pandemic viewing season. We are interviewing and saying and checking in with singers who participated and artists who participated in our Messiah Complex, a new film which was made during the pandemic by Against the Grain Theater in partnership with the Toronto Symphony Orchestra, which was a joy and a really blessing for us and our company. I'm going to bring in a very special guest to Against the Grain Theater and to myself, and her name is Miriam Khalil. Miriam, are you there?
I am.
Hey, Miriam.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you streaming in from tonight?
Treaty 13 downstairs from you.
There we go.
Toronto.
As Associate Artistic Director for Against the Grain Theater, I think not too many people know that, but you play a pivotal role in sort of guiding the messages that Against the Grain Theater says, what kind of art we do, how we do it. Seeing this massive project come together with an incredible amount of diversity, could you ever have imagined this work done this way, even, I don't know, 5-10 years ago?
I would have to say that I never imagined that we would do something like this. This is so, I think you're the imaginative one in our marriage, but for those of you that don't know, we're married also. But I think for me, it's exceeded all of my expectations of what we can kind of do in a really sort of difficult time, especially. But it's also made me want to dream even bigger. And I think that's super, super exciting because the artists that are involved are incredible. They're wonderful human beings. They're, pivotal in their communities. And I think it's extremely important what we're doing. So I never imagined that we would go this far with something. So I'm really, really grateful that it's come to pass and that here we are. I'm really nervous, but it's really cool.
Yeah, same. I'm glad you push me. I'm glad you push the company into projects like this. And I know that, the sky's the limit when you dream big. So thank you for inspiring the company. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your aria, your air interpreted in Arabic that you are singing. How does that feel? What does it mean to you to sing in Arabic and mesh with this incredible music?
A few years ago, I started to do that more often, and it's become something that I've realized comes so naturally to me, and I find a place that is just something that anchors me artistically. And so to do Messiah, to do the aria that I'm doing, which is If God Be For Us, Who Can Be Against Us, in Arabic is an absolute joy because it kind of links or, entwines both my worlds, which is who I am as a human and what I've trained so hard to do. And so it's one of those two things. You can't really put those into words as an artist because it just is you. In the most kind of authentic and beautiful way.
Thank you for bringing your art to this project, and I look forward to seeing the whole movie together. Let's knock on wood that everything goes well, internet connections everywhere. But thank you, Miriam, and look forward to the film.
Thank you.
We have Diet with us. We talked about her earlier, but I believe she's walked into the studios. Hi, Diet. Yay. How's it going?
Yay. I'm okay. I'm good.
Where are you?
Having some serious internet normal for us internet issue.
Where are you streaming in from tonight?
I'm in Haines Junction in the Yukon tonight. I thought I'd have better internet here than I do at home in Burwash, but yeah. That's
how it goes sometimes. Well, hopefully the stream goes off well, and if not, we'll make sure somehow that you're able to see it to take in the incredibleness of what your video is along with everyone else's.
I'm really excited. Really excited.
From our initial phone call where we had up until this moment, has the idea changed? Looking back now and seeing your video and the language and the experience, is it what you thought it would be? Is it different? What are your thoughts around that?
I think it became what I hoped it would be, and that's so. I think as somebody, as an artist, we try to do things like we try to put whatever's in here or in here out, and it's not all. you don't always hit the mark. But I've been so excited to see how this has sort of unfolded, how I have been able to actually to grow as well, to grow as somebody who is an artist and singer and maybe an interpreter. And it's been truly like I feel like it's been a humbling experience to be able to bring something from my own language and from the mouth of my grandmother into this incredible venue.
Well, from getting to know you, I've been so pleased and happy to see you on your image on articles like the Globe and Mail or Maclean's and all. It's incredible. I'm so excited for the profile of you guys in this film that it's getting, and so I'm so thankful for that. But the care you have for your family, your grandmother, it's deep and it's incredible. How important is that connection, and also how important is language to you?
For me, the language is like Miriam was just saying. It's like, it forms a part of who you are. For us, where we are in the Yukon, and for most Indigenous people in this country, our language is something that we struggle to retain and to keep that part of our identity and our cultural, like our cultural identity, and it really, it informs so much of who we are. So when I have this, opportunity like this, I'm going to take it. And, I'm really lucky that I have people like my grandma who are supporting me and teaching me and continuing to always just say, you have to do it, because if you don't, then, maybe one day it might not be here.
Oh. I love your grandma, and I know everyone who watches this film will love her as well once they see this film. So again, Diet, thank you for agreeing to do this. This means a whole heck of a lot, and I hope you enjoy, as Debbie says, making Yukon proud, Diet and the Love Soldiers. Thank you for doing this, and I hope you enjoyed tonight. Best of internet luck as well.
Thanks so much, Shoni-san.
Our last guest is someone who we've had late nights, early mornings, lots of discussions. Stephen Bell, Coffee Shop Creative. How's it going?
I'm good, Joel. How are you?
Good. This has been an incredible feat for us. You are the main editor on this project, the videographer on numerous projects like this. Is this the biggest video project you've ever done?
I think this is the biggest thing I've ever made, period, in my life, to be honest. To work with such an amazing team Against the Grain, and some amazing shout outs I quickly want to give to the videographers all across the country. Megan and James from Hemmings House Video, amazing work. We got Tom Gunnia in Alberta. We've got Alistair Maitland. We've got Amanda and her team at Georgia House Media in Vancouver. We have Amos. We have Hui, we've got Daniel Thompson, Justin Oki, Mark, James Hebert, and of course, my shooting partner, Eric Moniz. So working with all these teams together has been such, as a creative, a rewarding process, but a mammoth one to put this together.
And my goodness, all we have to do is wait till the credits roll to kind of see how many people worked on this project. It was beyond our wildest dreams. So Stephen, I want to publicly here say a huge thank you for the hours and hours and hours and hours that you put into making this. And I'm looking forward to tonight. And thank you so much for making this.
It's my pleasure, Joel. And I hope you all enjoy this. And it really is a celebration of Canada, both as a culture and the arts.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stephen. We are now just 10 minutes away. I'm wrapping this up. Head on over. If you still can, you have 10 minutes to register at atgtheater.com. Just under 10 minutes, we're premiering a brand new film that we made during the pandemic. If you can't watch tonight, no worries. If you feel stressed, I feel stressed, you can watch later. It's available until January 7th. support our artists. That's what we're trying to do. And thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoy the film. If you've got opinions and ideas, you can send them to ATG Theater. Find our contact on the website, but please spread the word. Tweet, Facebook, do what you can. Thank you so much, and looking forward to sharing this with you tonight. Have a good night.